Hello everyone, and thank you for joining me on another tutorial for Split in Croatia. So the last video was on the RNAV visual approach to runway 23. While today I wanted to do a slightly lesser known approach. Well, this is just another alternative, and it is it's called VOR B runway 23 approach. So it's a slightly different procedure compared to the RNAV. Bear in mind, if you have a look at both videos, the first half of the video, the first part, the setting up of the plane and programming the MCDU, and everything is going to be exactly the same, so I will copy and paste that, and the difference is going to be only, of course, in the second part, in the approach, in the briefing and in the approach. I will put in the video timestamps so you know when the MCDU is being programmed, you know when in the cruise we do the briefing for the approach, and then you know when the approach is being done. So if you don't want to follow the whole video, you have those elements that will allow you to recreate the flight for yourself. So as we were saying, let's have a quick look. There we go. So we will be going from Rome. This is an actual real flight from Alitalia. So that goes from Rome very quickly and then comes into Split, which is here on the coast in Croatia. And you can see that's the arrival that we will be doing today. So in terms of departure from Rome today, because of winds, we're departing 16 right with a Cibra 8 Bravo departure, and then we will be arriving with the Vapu 1 Yankee onto the RNAV Victor runway 23 via Lassol. And this is what you need if you want to reproduce. It's a very short flight. It shouldn't take very long. It should be 48 minutes of actual flight. And but without further ado, let's step into the plane and let's start it. There we go. So we're in the A321. Actually, this plane in specific will have CFM engines. There we go. Now let's start here. Engine masters are off, mode selector in normal, weather radar is off, landing gear is down, wipers are off, battery above 25.5 and it can come on. External power on. Let's leave it to do its thing. We can turn the radios on. 1, 2 and 3. And then we can load the plane while the screens do their 40 seconds test. 65.8 today, 0 full weight. Well, that's good. 180 passengers, perfect. And then we have fuel of 6,800. 6,800. And that's correct. And let's see if we've got the test finished. We can do the APU fire test. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 indications, and we're good. Come here, door page, oxygen in the green, hydraulic fluid is topped up, and engine oil is enough, 11 quarts plus 0.3 per hour. That's good. Now we can check the parking brake is set, so we have it set there. We have 2,000 pressure and parking brake is set. Accumulator pressure is in the green, so that's good. Flaps are 0 the handle and 0 on the ECAM, and the spoilers are retracted and disarmed. All good here. So we can go into the overhead. Crew oxygen supply on, ground control auto, CVR test, captain and personnel for the evacuation, ADIRS 1, 2 and 3, Stroh's auto, nav 1, seatbelts on, no smoking auto and emergency light armed. Landing elevation is at 12 o'clock, so auto, cross bleed auto. Temperatures, we leave them as they are. We expect 2 faults on the gens. The fuel pumps will stay off until we switch to APU. Let's do the engine fire test. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 indications. And now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we're good. Cargo flight controls, no white lights. Maintenance panel, no white lights. Audio switching is normal. Let's go and grab the weather. I'm using Up to Sky, so you don't see me grabbing the weather. I do it on a separate window. Now, like, so conditions 1021. QNH 1021. It's a very gloomy day. I hope you can see clear enough. QNH 1021, we check the time was UTC, the clock here is on GPS, anti-skid is on an Government Center pedestal, and we have the radio, VHF1, send and receive, multiscan goes to auto, GCS auto, we tilt the radar up 5, cockpit door normal, the switching here all normal, thrust lever 0. Engine master is off, mode selector normal, rudder trim is 0, parking brake is on, and gravity gear extension door is stored. On the transponder, altitude reporting on, system 1, and switch to above. Let's go and set up the flight plan and the MCDU. So database is current, and that's good. Got init page. We load the plan, and that's going to be LIRF to LDSP. Alternate for today is going to be Vienna. Flight number, Alitalia 580. Cost index is going to be 9. And the cruise level 290. Align the IRS. And let's go on flight plan. LIRF departure. We said 16 right. And the departure is going to be, let's have a look, was Xibra 8 Bravo. 8 Bravo, let's see that it makes sense. Transition is going to be the Okuno. That's the very difficult thing of Rome. The SIDS and stars have very weird transition, so it should be the Okuno 6 Alpha. Temporary flight plan, insert. Sibri. Yeah, the way I still need to figure out the way these stars and arrival, because what Navigraph programs is totally different from what the plane tells you. I think I want to delete this one and then do a direct there. There we are. That looks a lot tidier. And there we go. And then on arrival, LDSP, we said the arrival is going to be a Vapu. Okay, well, first of all, RNAV 23 Vapu 1 Yankee, and it's going to be via Lasso. Transition none, temporary flight plan, and we go. Sibri, let's see. No discontinuities, all good. Vapu, SP, Lasso. After Lasso, we have Nurat and Rorka, and that is correct. Perfect. Let's delete already the hold at Lasso. We're not going to be using that. There we are. That's a classic hold. As you can see, the hold over here. But, well, we don't need to do that in the sim. We can just delete it and go direct. There we go. That's all done. 250 nautical miles. Let's see. Makes sense. Yeah, 242. And that is good. Now, after the flight plan, we'll do the second flight plan. Copy the active. And the usual thing we'll do, coming back to LIRF in case of engine failure. LIRF will come back on the same runway. Let's see. We're not on VATSIM, so we don't know what runways are in use, but We can pretend we do and make it up. So we'll be departing from 16 right, which is this one over here. And let's pretend we'll arrive on 16 left. No start, no via. Transition done. Insert. Second flight plan. We do the performance. So we say QNH is 1020 now. I thought it was 1021. Yeah, it has changed. There we are, 1020. Temperature is 15. Winds 150 at 13. And MDA will take the arrival approach. ILS 16 left X. And the minimums is going to be 214. Next phase, go around performance. The airport elevation is 14, so we'll do 1020, 1020. And then engine out acceleration is the missed approach altitude, which is 2000. 2000. Now that second flight plan is done, we go on to nav. Delete everything, we'll leave it to auto tune. Prop page, we'll put coming back to left 16 left. There we go, performance. Oh, sorry. NEP. It's going to be 65.8 and 28.6. Block fuel 6.8. Let's try and put the winds in it. Wind. Cruise wind. Let's go with what Sim brief tells us. Did I get it wrong? 240 at 39. It's not taking the winds. Okay, let's see. Strange. That's fine. It's not vital. It's only for fuel calculation, really. 241 at 050. It doesn't like it. Or maybe 241 at 50. Nothing. It doesn't want to take the winds. It's fine. It's not vital. It's a bit stuck. Toliss is sleepy today. It's fine. Leave it without. Anyway, so route reserve is going to be contingency 0.8. Diversion is 2.6. It's more fuel for the diversion than for the original. And the reserve is going to be 1.2. We're planning on burning 2.1. So let's add 100 kilos. It's not a problem. We have the contingency, but oh, that's why it wasn't working. Sorry. I put the diversion onto the reserve. It's fine. We needed that extra kilo. 1.2 there. Perfect. 0, 0. Lovely. Fuel is done, and we just need to do performance. So performance is going to be 16 right. Let's see if we're going to go full length, or we can take an intersection and shorten it a little bit. 16 right is 3,900 meters. That is one along a runway. So we can definitely start from AC. So we'll cut a bit of taxiing time there, and let's see if we have as well. The length runway, takeoff run available, 16 right, runway head. Taxiway, Alpha Charlie, we have 29 instead of 39, so 1,000 feet of takeoff shift. Well, 950 meters, sorry. Takeoff shift, 950 meters, and that will adjust the V speeds. That's good. Flaps, we're going to do 1. Flex temp is 46. Engine out acceleration, as we said, is going to be 1020. V1 145. VR 145. And V2 148. Transition altitude 6000. We don't need that anymore. And in terms of departure, let's see if we can make any sense of this. These departures. Xibri 8 Bravo, we said that was going to be. Where is Xibri? Xibri 5 Alpha. Xenol. Xibri 8 Bravo. There we go. That's the one. That makes sense. Right turn at 601. That's the one we have. Perfect. Now, initial climb. Transition altitude is 6,000. No instructions for the initial climb. I will find that. We'll do 6,000 the same. Perfect. So transition altitude is 6,000. Thrust reduction acceleration again. 120 and 120. There we go. That's all loaded. Can get that off. Let's finish the cockpit preparation. So let's put the QNH here. 1020, 1020. Flight directors are on. We're going to need constraints on both sides. Here we leave arc 10 and here we leave arc 40. Speed is dashed, heading is dashed. Altitude, initial climb altitude, let's do 6,000. There we have it. And then we go here and we check pressure, landing elevation, and destination is 80. Status is good, and check that everything is aligned. So 80s are enough. And we're good. Perfect. At this point, we would ask for clearance. Let's put a squawk. There we go. After clearance, we're going to do a briefing, but first, let's get the APU started. So quick briefing and double checking the FNC. So today we said that we're flying Rome to Split. Weather here is good visibility, 10 miles plus, wind 150 at 13 knots, so pretty much down the runway. Clouds broken at 2,500. That's good. If we have any problem, we can come back to Rome. The weather is good enough, and we have normal items. Everything is in order. We are parked over here. We need to depart from Alpha Charlie 16 right, so we'll push back facing northeast and then taxi via Golf all the way to Alpha, cross runway 07, and then Alpha Charlie for runway 16 right. At that point we have 3,000 meters, so flaps 1 standard departure will go ahead and do the Xibri 8 Bravo. Above 601 will turn right and will intercept the 187 outbound to Xibri at all above 3,000 at Xibri. We're going to be at 9,000 there, so that's all good. Now let's check briefly over here. Aircraft status, so we're on A321, be careful with tail strike, CFM, current database, init, Rome to Split, and we're going to be Alitalia 580-290 is the flight level. Load is 65.8 as per operational flight plan. Block fuel 6.9, loaded and balanced, and that matches. We're going to be departing from 16 right, ahead right turn, and we climb no constraints, only 250 below 10,000. The MSA is 2,300, so we'll be clear of that. We'll be over the sea now. Distance at 250 against 242 over here on the plan, and time 43 minutes against 37 minutes. That's all good. Right nav, auto tune, prog page, optimal altitude is 360, but we won't make more than 290. It's a very short flight. We've entered Rome 16 left in case we need to come back. Performance, we have runway 16 right, from Alpha Charlie with flaps 1, flex temp 46, and then speeds 145, 145, 148, and clean of 221. Acceleration standard 1000 feet above the airfield, and we finish off with fuel prediction 4.6, and on the plan it says 4.6, so that's good. And the second fuel plan we have entered coming back. That's all good. APU now is available. We'll go on APU bleed, turn the fuel pumps on, and we're good. And let's disconnect ground power. We can call the pushback tag.
Please show me where you want to go.
So we're pushing that way.
Ground to cockpit. Tow is driving up.
Lovely, and we can do, let's see, it is 1020 and it's showing negative altitude. Well, we are within 20 feet anyway, so we should be good. Now, before start checklist, cockpit preparation, we've completed both sides. Barrel F1020 set 3 times. ACAS initialized, parking brake is on. Fuel on board 6,900 balanced. Init B has been loaded, flex temp is 46, and speeds 145, 145, 148. Perfect. Let's get the pushback clearance. So pretend we've been cleared to push. Go beacon on.
All doors and hatches are closed.
Cockpit
Ready
door
to connect.
locked. Transponder to XPDR. Windows are closed. Door page, all the doors are closed. And the cockpit door is closed. Before start checklist, below the line, signs on and auto. We have seatbelts and no smoking here. Beacon is on. ATC exponder, TICA standby showing on the ICA. Nose wheel steering disconnected on ICA. Windows and doors closed and flight deck door locked. Before start checklist complete.
So connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
There we go, we'll release parking brake.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
So good to start the engines. Engine mode selector to start. We have bleed pressure, so we can start engine number 2. Start engine number 2. Start the chrono. Can start the block timer as well. There we go. %, fuel flow and EGT rising. Power transfer. Go start engine number 2.
Set parking brake.
And we set the parking brake. Engine 2 is available. Can reset the chrono. Start engine number 1. Fuel flow, EGT rising.
Tow is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal will be on the left. We'll see you next time.
There we go, power transfer. Good start for engine number 1. Reset the chrono and start it again, and now we monitor the warm-up time. And voila, pin removed. That's good. Now engine mode selector goes back to normal. APU bleed is off. Let's consider eye anti-ice. We don't need it. The clouds were at 2500 and we're at 15 degrees. No anti-ice. Master switch for APU goes off. Over here, ground spoiler armed. Let's check the trim. What's supposed to be 29.3. So roundabout there, 29.3. Rudder trim 0, flaps 1. And we're good. After start checklist, ground crew clearance seen, anti-ice off, flaps 1 plus F green and 1 blue. APU off, yellow electric pump is off, and ECAM status is checked. After that checklist complete, we request taxi, and once we get taxi, runway turn off and nose light to taxi. One last check, doors, slides are armed, so we can start the taxi, remove, release parking brake, clear left, clear right. The brake check, the braking pressure stays on 0, that's good. There, left on Golf. Let's do flight controls check. Pull up, pull down, neutral, pull left, pull right, neutral, and rudder, pull left, pull right, neutral. There we go, it's going to be the second right. Okay, in the meantime, we're away from the apron, so we can set the weather radar to 1, PWS to auto, TCAS TARA. We don't really have terrain as a concern, so we'll leave it just on the pilot monitoring. Max auto brake. So ND makes sense, that's where we're going, and we're departing Yeah, southeast. So it'll be runway 16 right, we go straight ahead, turn 600 feet, turn right, intercept the radial, and keep climbing. No speed restrictions. Transition altitude is 6,000 feet, and MSA is 2,300. Do the first turn manual, and then we'll activate the autopilot once we're straight. Crossing runway 07, so let's put the strobes on. Clear left, clear right, nothing on the TCAS. Can do the before takeoff checklist. Flight controls have been checked. TCAS is TA showing TA only on DND. Low sheet has been acknowledged. Trims are 29.3 and 0. Departure briefing is confirmed. Takeoff data. Runway 16 right. Alpha Charlie intersection, and takeoff data is a 145, 148, climb nav blue, 1 FD2, 6000, and flex temp 46. Plus 1 plus F green, 1 blue. ECAM memo. Takeoff no blue, just the cabin to notify. This is Alpha Bravo. The Alpha Charlie. Why does it say Alpha Charlie here? That's not Alpha Charlie. And that's not Alpha Bravo. These indications are a bit confused. Yeah, that's Alpha Charlie, that's wrong. There we go, turn here left. There we go, let's pretend we've been cleared to take off, and we go. Landing lights on, nose to take off, pack 1 and 2 off. And we can finish the before takeoff checklist below the line. Takeoff runway is 16 right. Cabin crew signal will ping them now. No smoking off, and then on. And packs are off. Before takeoff checklist complete. Warming up time, we're now at 8 minutes, so we're way past the 5 minutes, and it's good. We can reset that. We check the brake temperatures below 150, and we're at 30. We didn't do turnaround, and we're good. There we go. Spooled them up 50%. And 1. There we go. Man, flex 46 SRS runway, auto thrust blue. Takeoff thrust set. $100 knots checked. V1 rotate. Positive climb. Gear up. Climb. Alt blue 6000. Positive speed. Thrust climb. Auto thrust. There we go. Autopilot 1. Pack 1 on. 321. Above speed, flap 0. Spoiler disarmed. Lights can go off. Very good. After takeoff, climb checklist, the landing gear is up. ECA memo checked. Down to the line. Let's clear ourselves to... There's no constraint in the middle, so yeah, let's go to 290. Set standard. Standard set and cross checked. Open climb, alt blue 290. After takeoff checklist below the line, barrel F, standard set both. After takeoff climb checklist complete. Bit of clouds. Engine anti-ice. I always put the wing anti-ice simply because this plane doesn't simulate ice accumulation. So still, it's just a way to be safe. There we go, anti-ice can come off. At 10,000, so altitude check. Flight level 102, climbing flight level 290, standard set. Lights are off, seatbelt can come off. We put airport over here, 1 hour NT. ECAM is good, and the MCDU. Rat nav is not for students, so that's good. Prog page will put our destination LPSD23. And I got something wrong. LDSP. I always get it wrong. LDSP. Lima Delta Sierra Papa 23. Fuel prediction 4.8 and 4.6 is what we needed, so we saved a couple hundred kilos. And second infrared plan, copy active. There we go. Pressurization is good, and temperature is good. 222323. Now let's see how long for the Toliss sent 129. We'll need to probably do a briefing before we get to top climb. Top climb from top climb to top of descent is going to be 21, 17, 38, 47, 68, 70. Yeah, we might start the briefing a little bit. 30 miles from top of climb. Flight level 200 climbing, flight level 290 standard set. So now in this video we'll try the VOR approach. So let's change, can change the MCDU programming. LDSP 23, so we'll do arrival VOR 23 Bravo. Star is still going to be the Vapo 1 Yankee via Lasso, and that's it. So at this point yeah, clear the discontinuity. And here we have the VOR. So let's grab the charts and start having a look. Arrival is going to be the Vapo 1 Yankee, the approach VORB, and airport. There we go. So cruising at 290, top of descent just before Vapo, which is the first point of the star. So 290, we're losing 5,015, so always the 3 times rule. 5,000 times 3, 15 miles, that's good. We're then losing 9,028, which is good. We're losing barely 1 in 7, but we're losing speed as well, 40 knots, so that's okay. Then going to SP 701, which is over here. And then we turn to LASSOL. LASSOL has an hold programmed, so we'll just remove the hold. And there we go, so we get rid of the hold. And then after LASSOL, we are on the approach. LASSOL over here. And we'll have the final fix, which is this one, that 5 miles from SPL, so 5 miles from SPL, and then we have, yeah, this 5 miles over here, track 18, this is 19, so that's one, and then SPL is going to be a missed approach point, so the VOR is the missed approach point. So in this case, we need to be visual by here, by the missed approach point. If we're not visual, we continue the navigation. So you can see the blue line follows the green. So that means that if you do nothing and you keep the autopilot in nav, the plane is going to take the missed approach procedure straight away. So before SPL, we'll need to deactivate the autopilot and then fly manually. Now, the only thing that I need to figure out is, what is the heading? Well, it is technically a circle to land, so you'll go runway heading, so the downwind heading. Yeah, correct, 049. 049 is the downwind for runway 23. So as soon as you get to SPL, we'll fly downwind. We can we could still be in track in autopilot, just not in nav. We revert to track, turn 49. Then we need to figure out how to descend. And this is a very tight circle to land. It's not an actual circle to land. The circle to land from the runway threshold, from here, you would count 3 seconds for every 100 feet you need to lose. But that's definitely not the case. So in terms of descending, there's no indications. We'll be at 2040. You will have to do it manually, of course. You will look up the windows and check the puppies once you're in the turn. We'll try and start at 3 degrees slope, and we'll do it that way. 3.4, so perfect. We'll do that, and then we'll come down and we'll land on runway 23. 2,550 meters. We're gonna need, let's try auto brake medium, so we can try and vacate before having to do the backtrack. Okay, let's enter the destination data, fill the perf approach page, and then we'll have a look at the final briefing. Now, pressure in Lima Delta Sierra Papa is 1021, so we'll put 1021 there. 1021. Temperature is going to be 14. Winds 110.08. MDA we said is 2000, so 2040, and we get that right there. Cut C, maximum 180, 2040. So 1960 above the airfield. The next phase, the go down phase, the altitude. So the thrust reduction and acceleration is going to be 1,000 feet standard above airport, so 180. Engine acceleration is the missed approach stop altitude, which is 5,000 feet. Now, there we go. Now, in terms of speed, what is this landing? SPL will be 144. So it is a visual approach, so we need to be by the map, the missed approach point, so SPL will need to be flaps 3 and gear down at F speed. And then we put the flaps full on the final turn. So that means that, well, let's see if there's any constraint. LASSOL 190, which was more related to the hold, I think, even though we're not doing the hold. But it is a good point to slow down, actually. So our speed, our green dot speed is going to be 218, which is quite high. And we're on an A321. So at LASSOL, we can do flaps 1. The descent is LASSOL, we're going to be at 4,000. LASSOL 4,800. We're then losing 1.2. We need 3.6 and we have 1.5 extra. So we're going to shallow out a little bit before this one. And then there we're losing 1.6 in 5 miles. So yeah, as we can see, we can slow down between LASSOL and the final fix. But we won't be able to slow down much after that. But we will, because we will be already flaps 2. So we need to make sure that we are in a configuration that allows us to slow down while descending on a 3-degree slope. So if you're no flaps, 3-degree slope, no chance you don't decelerate. Flaps 1 depends on the wind. Flaps 2, you'll definitely, flaps 2 and gear down, you definitely will. So 5 DME at the final fix here, we want to be flaps 2 and gear down. And then we'll finish putting flaps 3 there. So LASSOL, we put flaps 1. On the way down, we put gear down and flaps 2. And then here we put flaps 3. Let's remember, just before LASSOL, flaps 1. That's it, then we'll be at flaps 3, gear down, before SPL. Once we reach SPL, before SPL 5, 0.5 miles before SPL, we need to make sure that we go on a truck FBA and we pull the truck, the heading knob, so that we don't follow the navigation, the blue truck for the go around. At SPL, we'll turn heading, well, tracking 49. We'll keep an eye on the DME indication, so we want to make sure that we have it set on the rad nav. It's already there, but we want to make sure that that doesn't change. So we hard tune it in Sierra Papa Lima, so we have here on DND, we're going to have the indication of the VOR. There we are at 3.4 DME, that will be indicated here. We'll start our turn left. Maximum 180 knots, will be definitely slower than that. How much to bank and how much to descend is... it's gonna have to be, well, eyeballing technique. I've never done it, so well, we'll find out. This kind of approach is really, having 2 pilots makes a hell of a lot of difference. One person looks out the window and there's a lot more awareness of what's happening, but we're in the same, we don't have much to risk, so it's okay. So we'll do that, we'll do the final turn at 3.4, start the final turn, we'll start maybe with 20-25, see how it goes. A good thing would be maybe to have an extended center line that we will not have in this case. So anything that we can do, that's the beauty of the Airbus with the fixed info page and the custom waypoints and everything. I mean, you can do it in a Boeing as well, but the beauty of the fixed info page is that you can create a lot of things to help you out. So in this case, what we can create, well, this one, do not cross 4.6 SPL, so we can do a radius there, and then we can do the extended center line. So first of all, let's do 229712. Okay, let's do a fix. In the meantime, we are approaching the top of the descent, so keep an eye on that. Fix info. So let's start with SPL, so Sierra Papa Lima. Put it there. That's the 115.70, and that's the one. and we put a radius of, unfortunately we cannot do decimal points, so we'll do 5 instead of 4.6, but that will give us an idea. And then what else can come handy? We could do second in-flight plan, copy the active, and then what we could do is we change the arrival, we do the runway 23 via the same arrival, no via, no, yeah, perfect, and we insert that, and that should give us the extended center line and the center fix. Now with 4 miles from top of descent we can push for manage descent, alt blue, flight level 100. Let's go and see. There we go, so we have a center fix. We don't really want to know why these are connected. Didn't really want this. We're not gonna go to the center fix. We're just gonna make a turn from 3.4. So what we can do, let's see if we can create this point. This point would be from SPL, Sierra Papa Lima, on a radial of 4.9. Let's see. Before the center fix, and then we'll delete the center fix. Let's do that. So create this point. This point is going to be from Sierra Papa Lima, so SPL slash the radial, which is 4.9 here, 0.49, and then the distance, which is 3.4. If we put that here, there we have it. At this point we can do that. To do the extended center line, let's do differently. Let's delete the center fix. Okay, and then just join that. To SPL. Let's put SPL there. Lassel, SPL. That's it, that's me just playing with stuff. There we go, yeah, but the turn we'll need to overfly that one. So if we click on this one, then we overfly this one and we're coming back. Just a little bit of, let's say, situational awareness. And then to do the extended center line, we'll do different. We'll just do a fix info from, or let's do it on the main flight plan. Fix info will go we need to take any point before the end. Fix info will do a L Lima Delta Sierra Papa 23, so the point is going to be from the threshold of runway 23, and then we do again a radial 4.9, and that's going to be our extended center line. Perfect. So I have different ways of knowing what we're doing, but I mean it's a simple VR, so very simple. We'll track 4.9 and then 3.4 return. There's no need for anything too complicated. There we go. So the final bit to discuss is the missed approach. So if we're not visual by SPL, which is the missed approach point, the map over here with the big M, we'll need to go around. So we'll take this procedure, this one will be flown in nav automatically as we've seen, so we can just pull toga. So in that case, we'll just go around flaps, toga, we'll pitch up 15 degrees, we can discontinue as well. We can do either that or discontinue the approach, and then we push nav as soon as possible. Remember that to activate, this one is the blue line that we have on the ND. As long as it's blue, the plane won't fly. The only way to fly is to activate toga momentarily. So even if you're high, even if we decide to do it at 3,000 feet, we still need to put the levers into toga quickly and then retard them to climb the tent. And then we can continue descending to 2,040 or stay at 3,000, whatever. But at that point, we push the heading knob, we go into nav, and it will fly. This one, the blue line, once we activate toga, will turn green, and you'll be able to fly it into nav. Otherwise, you won't. While if everything is good, we do all the procedure. And the only thing to keep in consideration, sorry, before that is 185. So in case we go around here before the map, 185 is the speed restriction, and then we fly the procedure. In case we do the actual procedure, start the landing, and if we need to then go around at that point, the missed approach procedure will be different. So after passing the VOR on prescribed track, so this one, we turn left 229 to land, and then we'll climb straight ahead to the NDB. Oh, sorry, this NDB over here, the Delta Victor November NDB. So at that point, once we go around, we'll do the same. We activate, push the toga, and then we will pull the knob for heading. Once we pull the knob for heading, we can go in the MCDU, do a direct to DVN, and that's it. And then we just need to program the hold. Perfect. Everything planned. Just remember the 229, which is once we start the turn, we'll need to turn the knob and select a track of 229. I reckon that the descent won't be able to start the descent. This is too close to start the descent. So if this is 3.4, should be around about probably 4 miles of that. I'm sure if I go as good at geometry, I could calculate that, but I'm not. So we need to lose 2,000 feet, we need 6 miles. Yeah, that's probably too far to start going down. Start going down a little bit earlier than that. Because the way we program the secondary flight plan, it might give us track miles if we keep it sequenced correctly. We'll see. Let's clear ourselves to 8,000. There we go, alt blue, flight level 80. Approaching 10,000, we should slow down to 250. We have the magenta dot there, so Toliss does it very well automatically, so that shouldn't be a problem. MSA is 3,700. Let's make a note of that. Southwest of the VOR, and then it will be 8,400 on the other side, but it will be visual by then, so we're visual now, so whatever the MSA, we're good. Let's put, yeah, terrain in on the is there. I should really put it here in terrain, but it's really confusing with all the colors and everything, so we'll just keep it a bit tidier. $10,000 feet, we're slowing down, we're on profile, we're good. 10,000 feet, so the lights can stay off for now, we're in Europe. Seatbelts can go on. Here we need constraint on both sides, we don't need ILS, we're on VOR. ECAM is good, we don't have any failures, so nothing is degraded. And on the MCDU we have RadNav, we have what we need, the SPL, and no ILS not needed, this one is not needed. And we have the second flight plan loaded as we need it. Good. $2,040 is programmed there, but we will level off ourselves to make sure we don't bust that, since we cannot really program that 2,000. We will go down to 2,000 and push the vertical speed knob. Now let's continue the descent to 2,000. Alt magenta, flight level 40. Yeah, first we need to put the QNH 1021. Now we have 4,000 magenta, which is the first constraint at lasso. Make the most of the greatest function of the Toliss, so save the situation now. Whenever you're doing complicated approaches, do save the situation on the just before the approach phase. So if anything goes wrong, you can try again, but mostly, I mean, you always have them there in case you want to practice again. So split VRB 2-3, save situation. We can activate the perf. The approach phase will activate automatically there, but we might as well do it now, and we know it's out of the way. At this point we can do the approach checklist. ECAM status is checked, approach phase is runway 23 confirmed, VRB 23 confirmed, minima 2040 on both sides barrel, QNH is set 1021 3 times. We want to level off a little earlier, so let's go flaps 1 now. As we said, so flaps 1 and Lassel. We have 5 miles. We need to lose 2.5. Sorry, 1. Yeah, 2.5. 3 in total, and we have 10 miles. That's good. As usual, it's a visual. We want to be fully configured there, so want to make sure that we level off a little bit before SPL to give us time to do what we need to do. So let's go flaps 2 now and gear down. We can see the blue arrow there, so that's we're planning on leveling off, which is good. If it was further on, instead of going down in managed descent, we could go down in open descent, making sure we were going down quicker. But we don't have any thrust, so we know we're going down as fast as we can. Okay, gear is down, so we can arm the spoilers. Turn the lights on. Signal the cabin crew. Let's go down in open climb, open descent, so we're sure we're in a good state. Flaps 3. Activate track FPA. Miss approach procedure is 5,000.
2,500.
Okay, let's pull for track so we don't follow the missed approach navigation. Let's activate the secondary flight plan. Activate 2140, pull to level off. We push the FPA, the vertical speed button, so we level off. And we're at minimums. SPL 1.2 miles. Let's pre-select. No, we cannot pre-select because we're already in track mode, so we need to wait until we're at SPL. Enter, turn for 049.
Terrain.
Now we're okay.
Terrain.
Okay, 049. There we go. Don't know why terrain is going off. I mean, it shouldn't really. There we are. Let's deactivate everything. And now we can remove the flight directors and wait for 3.4. I say we start descending as well. Okay, deactivate autopilot. Let's start descending. Let's put flaps full. .4 miles. Start the turn. This road in rain split is very handy, so you can just follow the road and it will line you up with the runway.
1000.
There we go, runways there. We cannot see the puppies, but oh, let's pull up a bit too fast. There we are. We follow this turn of the road. And just we continue this and we cut it through here. There we are. 1 red, 3 white. Increase it a bit. Try not to pass 1000 feet per minute. There we are. A little bit of crosswind, so we'll need to contrast there, and we're good.
200.
We have auto brake medium, landing gear is down, everything is okay. Landing no blue.
100. 50, 40, 30, 20. Retard. 10. 5.
52 feet per minute. That didn't look like a 52 feet per minute, but reverse green. There we go, manual braking. Reverse idle. Yeah, let's make these brakes hot. It's fine, we're not doing a turnaround. And welcome to Split, Croatia. Very short taxi, so let's put the APU on straight away. Go off the runway, strobe can come off, landing lights off. Weather radar off. Decast on exponder. After landing checklist, exterior lights are set. Flaps are 0. Ground spoilers disarmed. Beacon. No, got the wrong one. APU is started. Radar is off and TCAS is standby. TCAS standby showing on the cam. After landing checklist complete. APU is available. Good, about to turn. Let's turn on stand 4. Lights off. Accumulator pressure is in the green, so that's good. Brakes very hot. Brake fan on, and let's turn here. Cabin crew doors to manual and cross check. There we go, engines off. Cockpit door. Oops, that was already unlocked. Seatbelts off, beacon off, fuel pumps off, and TCAS 2000 and standby. Parking checklist. Parking brake is on. Parking brake. Let's plane up with me, Toliss. Anyway, parking brake is on. Engines are off. Slides disarmed. Nothing showing there. Beacon is off. Fuel pumps 6 off. And ATC 2000 standby. Parking checklist complete. Perfect. Let's have a look at the replay. We definitely came a little bit hard there. Forgot the runway is upslope, so I need to be careful. Yeah, even a little bit of a bounce there. Welcome to this beautiful place that is Split. There we are. I hope you've enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching. And well, if there's interest and if you guys like it, I'll try and do many more of these videos. And for the time being, thank you very much again, and I hope I'll see you back soon. Thank you. Bye now.